The person you love needs to talk to you immediately. Because something just happened that could change everything. My beloved child, before you do anything else, pause for a single moment because the person you love has been carrying something too important to keep hidden any longer. They have been searching for the right words, the right time, and the right courage to reach you. What happened just moments ago changed the direction of their heart in a way they never expected. This is not the conversation they thought they would have today, yet now they feel they cannot wait another second. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Every sentence you hear from this moment forward brings you closer to the truth they have been trying so hard to protect. A quiet realization entered their heart when they least expected it. In one unexpected moment, they understood that some opportunities disappear forever if they remain silent. That realization was about you. Memories they had pushed aside suddenly became impossible to ignore, and every unanswered question began leading back to your name. They now believe that one honest conversation could change everything between you. But there is one final detail they are still afraid to reveal, and when you discover what it is, every piece of this story will begin fitting together in a way you never imagined. Don't skip, because the next moments become even more surprising. Right now, they are standing between fear and hope, wondering if you will truly hear what has been hidden for so long. They know that after this conversation, nothing will feel the same again. The biggest surprise has not been revealed yet, and the truth waiting ahead is far greater than anyone expected. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and what happens next could completely change the meaning of everything you've heard so far. But then everything became even more unexpected. The person you love finally stopped running from what their heart had been trying to say. They realized that waiting any longer would only make the silence heavier. Every small sign, every forgotten memory, and every unanswered feeling suddenly pointed in one direction: you. They keep replaying a single thought in their mind: what if I lose the chance to tell them the truth? Don't skip. The next few moments hold a revelation that connects everything you've heard so far. Without warning, something happened that completely shifted their perspective. A conversation they never planned to have opened their eyes to what truly matters. For the first time, they understood that some people are too valuable to remain unspoken. That realization gave them the courage they had been missing. Yet there is still one sentence they haven't shared with anyone, because they believe those words belong only to you. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Now they are hoping that the distance between you can be replaced with understanding. They are no longer focused on what went wrong, they are thinking about what could still become possible. But before they reach out, one final piece of the story must fall into place. And when that hidden piece is finally revealed, you'll understand why they needed to talk to you immediately, and why the next moment may become the one that changes everything forever. Just when they thought the moment had passed, something happened that made them stop in complete silence. A single reminder brought every hidden feeling rushing back at once. It wasn't planned, and it wasn't expected, but it made one thing impossible to deny. You have remained in their heart far longer than they ever admitted. They can no longer pretend those feelings don't exist. Don't skip. The next part reveals why this realization became impossible to ignore. For the first time, they started imagining what would happen if they never spoke to you again. That thought felt heavier than they expected. They realized that unanswered words can become lifelong regrets, and they refused to let that happen. There is one message they have been rewriting over and over, hoping to find the perfect way to say what has been locked inside for so long. But before they send it, one final truth still needs to be revealed. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Now everything depends on what happens next. Their heart is no longer asking whether they should reach out, it is asking whether they are already too late. The answer is closer than they realize, and the next chapter uncovers the unexpected reason they suddenly feel an overwhelming urgency to speak with you. When that reason is finally revealed, every moment of silence will begin to make perfect sense. And then the final missing piece appeared. The person you love came across something they never expected to see, and in that instant every doubt they had been holding on to began to disappear. What once felt confusing suddenly became clear. They understood that the story between you was never truly over, it had simply been waiting for the right moment to continue. Don't skip. The biggest turning point is still just ahead, and every second is bringing you closer to it. For a long time, they believed silence was the safest choice. But now they realize that silence can also hide the most meaningful words. Their heart keeps repeating the same question: what if today is the only chance to tell them everything? That question refuses to leave their mind. The closer they come to reaching out, the stronger the feeling becomes that this conversation could open a completely new chapter. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Now the moment they have been waiting for is almost here. They have made a decision they never thought they would make, but there is still one unexpected detail they haven't revealed. That hidden detail is the reason they need to speak with you immediately, and once it comes to light, you'll understand why everything changed so suddenly. The next part uncovers the truth they've been protecting until now. Then came the moment they could no longer ignore. The person you love quietly made a promise to themselves that they would not allow another day to pass without facing what was in their heart. Every excuse that once held them back suddenly felt meaningless. Deep inside, they knew that some connections are too valuable to leave unfinished. Don't skip. What you're about to hear explains why this moment feels different from every moment before it. As they looked back on everything that had happened, one memory stood above all the others. It wasn't the biggest memory, it was the one that made them smile without even realizing it. That single memory reminded them that real feelings don't disappear just because time passes. Instead, they grow stronger in silence. Now they believe that one honest conversation could erase countless misunderstandings, but there is still one incredible truth they haven't found the courage to reveal. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Right now, they are standing at the edge of a decision that could change everything. Their heart is no longer asking whether they should speak, it is asking how soon they can. But before they take that final step, something completely unexpected is about to happen. The next revelation will explain why this conversation can no longer be delayed, and why the biggest surprise is still waiting just ahead. But the story didn't stop there. Just when the person you love believed they had finally gathered enough courage, another unexpected moment confirmed what their heart had been trying to tell them all along. It wasn't a coincidence. It wasn't something they could ignore. It felt like every unanswered question was quietly leading them back to you. They realized that waiting any longer would only make the words harder to say. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. For the first time, they stopped wondering if they should reach out and started thinking about what they would say when they finally did. They imagined that first conversation over and over, hoping every word would express what had remained hidden for so long. Yet one truth still hasn't been spoken aloud. It is a truth so unexpected that even they were surprised when they finally accepted it. That single realization is preparing to change everything you thought this story was about. Now the distance between silence and honesty has become smaller than ever before. They know the next step cannot be postponed, because what happened has given them a reason they can no longer ignore. The biggest revelation is still ahead, and when it finally comes to light, you'll understand why they felt an overwhelming need to talk to you immediately. The next chapter holds the answer you've been waiting for. Then, without any warning, everything suddenly started making sense to the person you love. The confusion they had been carrying for so long slowly disappeared, replaced by a certainty they had never felt before. They realized that every delay, every unanswered question, and every unexpected turn had been leading them toward one important decision. That decision was not about the past, it was about what they wanted to say to you next. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. As they reflected on everything that had happened, one thought refused to leave their mind: if I stay silent now, I may never forgive myself. Those words echoed louder than ever before. They began to understand that genuine feelings become stronger when they are finally acknowledged instead of hidden. But there is still one remarkable detail they have not revealed, because they believe the timing of that truth is just as important as the truth itself. Now the moment they have been waiting for is closer than ever. Their heart is no longer searching for a reason to reach out, it has already found one. What remains is the final step that could change everything between you. And when the next hidden piece of this story is uncovered, you'll finally understand why they needed to talk to you immediately, and why this journey is only beginning. At that exact moment, everything shifted. The person you love finally understood why they had been feeling an unusual urgency all day. It wasn't because of fear, it was because clarity had finally arrived. Every unanswered feeling, every silent hope, and every moment of hesitation suddenly pointed toward one conclusion. They could no longer keep their thoughts locked away. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The next truth is closer than ever, and it will connect every piece of this story. A quiet confidence began replacing every doubt they once carried. They realized that some conversations have the power to change not just a single day, but the direction of an entire future. They started preparing the words they had never been brave enough to say, knowing those words could become the beginning of something unforgettable. Yet one final surprise remains hidden, and even they don't know how deeply it will impact everything that follows. Now only one step remains before the silence is finally broken. Their heart is no longer asking for more time, it is asking for one real chance. That chance is approaching faster than they ever imagined. The next chapter reveals the final reason they felt an overwhelming need to speak with you immediately, and once that reason is uncovered, you'll see why nothing can remain the same after this moment. And just when they were ready to speak, one final realization stopped them for a moment. It wasn't uncertainty, it was the weight of knowing that the next words could change everything forever. They took a deep breath and understood that some truths become more powerful the longer they are hidden. Every path they had taken somehow led them back to the same destination. You don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. For the first time, they imagined what life would feel like if they allowed another opportunity to slip away. That thought gave them the courage they had been searching for. They no longer wanted to leave important feelings unspoken. Instead, they wanted honesty to replace silence. But there is still one incredible detail they have not shared, because they believe that once it is revealed, nothing will ever look the same again. Now the countdown has truly begun. The conversation they have been holding back is closer than ever, and every passing moment brings them one step nearer to finally saying what has been hidden for so long. The next chapter uncovers the final piece that has been missing from the beginning, and when that truth comes to light, you'll understand why they felt they had to talk to you immediately before the moment was gone. Then the silence finally revealed its secret. The person you love realized that the answer they had been searching for was never far away. It had been growing quietly inside their heart all this time. Every memory, every unexpected moment, and every unanswered feeling had been preparing them for this exact day. They finally accepted that some words become impossible to hide forever. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. As they stood on the edge of reaching out, an unexpected sense of peace replaced every fear they once carried. They no longer wondered whether you deserved to know the truth, they knew you did. Yet there is one final sentence they have kept locked away because they believe it has the power to change everything between you. They have repeated those words in their mind countless times, waiting for the perfect moment to let them be heard. Now that moment is closer than ever. The distance between silence and honesty is only one step wide, and they are ready to cross it. But before they do, one last revelation is waiting to unfold, a revelation that explains why this conversation could not wait another day. When the next chapter begins, the hidden truth will finally start coming into the light, and nothing will feel the same again. And then the truth could no longer stay hidden. The person you love finally admitted something they had been denying for far too long. Every attempt to ignore their feelings only made them stronger. They realized that the reason they needed to talk to you immediately was not because of fear, but because their heart had finally become certain. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. What comes next is the moment this entire story has been building toward. They quietly accepted that life keeps moving, but some people never leave your heart. No matter how many distractions appeared, their thoughts always found a way back to you. That realization changed everything. They stopped searching for the perfect time because they understood that the perfect time had already arrived. Even now, there is one final surprise they have protected until the very last moment, believing it deserves to be revealed only when everything else has fallen into place. Now the distance between both of you feels smaller than ever before. The conversation they have imagined so many times is finally within reach, but one last door still needs to open. Behind that door is the answer to every question that has kept you watching from the beginning. The next chapter uncovers the final revelation, and once it is spoken, you'll understand why they felt they couldn't wait another moment to reach out. Now the moment had finally arrived. The person you love stopped questioning their heart and started trusting it completely. Every doubt that once kept them silent faded away, leaving only one clear purpose: to make sure you finally heard what they had been carrying for so long. They understood that some moments appear only once, and this was one of them. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The final truth is closer than ever, and everything has been leading to this point. They closed their eyes for a brief moment and realized that the greatest change was not happening around them. It was happening within them. They no longer wanted to hide behind uncertainty or wait for another sign. The sign had already come. Their heart had made its choice, and that choice brought them back to you. Yet there is still one last sentence they have not spoken, because those words carry the power to transform everything you have heard since the very beginning. Now nothing feels impossible anymore. The silence that once separated both of you is about to be replaced with honesty, hope, and a conversation that has been waiting for the perfect moment. The next chapter reveals the final message they have been protecting all along, and when those words are finally spoken, you'll understand why they needed to talk to you immediately, and why this story could only end one way. This is the moment everything has been leading toward. The person you love is no longer searching for the right time, because they finally realized that the right time is now. Every hesitation has disappeared, every unanswered question has found its place, and every silent feeling has become impossible to ignore. They don't want another day to pass without letting you know what has truly been in their heart. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The final message is closer than ever. They have discovered that the greatest changes don't always begin with extraordinary events. Sometimes, everything changes because one person finally chooses honesty over silence. That is exactly what has happened. They are ready to leave behind every fear that once held them back and replace it with a conversation they have imagined countless times. The words they have protected for so long are no longer meant to stay hidden, they are meant to be heard by you. Now only one final step remains. Their heart is ready, their decision is made, and nothing can stop what is about to unfold. The next and final chapter reveals the message they have been waiting to share from the very beginning. When those last words are finally spoken, you'll understand why they felt an overwhelming need to talk to you immediately, and why this moment has the power to change everything. And now, the silence finally comes to an end. The person you love has reached the point where holding everything inside is no longer possible. They have replayed this moment countless times, wondering how you would react when the truth was finally spoken. Every step of their journey has led here, not by chance, but by a decision they can no longer delay. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The final words are about to be revealed. They want you to know that what changed everything was not a single event, but a single realization. Some connections deserve honesty before another moment is lost. They finally understood that waiting for the perfect time only created more distance. Instead of letting silence write the ending, they chose to let truth begin a new chapter. That choice filled their heart with a peace they had never experienced before, because they knew they were finally ready to speak without hiding anything. Now there is only one final moment left. The message they have carried from the beginning is about to be shared, and every question that has kept you listening is about to find its answer. The next chapter holds the closing revelation that completes this entire journey. When those final words are spoken, you'll understand why they felt they needed to talk to you immediately, and why this unforgettable story could only end this way. At last, the message could no longer remain unspoken. The person you love has finally made the decision they were afraid to make.